So, to emphasize once more the difference between in-text citation and reference list as the two main parts of referencing. In-text citation, if the sources are integrated or they are combined in a given paragraph or the body of the text. Okay? Meanwhile, if the referencing is located at the end of the paper, it is known as bibliography or the reference list. Okay? And to give you an example of a bibliography, so we have the following illustration. So note that we combine all of the references in a given page and take note that it's placed at the end part of your research paper. And it is known as bibliography. Okay? So this is the difference between in-text citation and bibliography. Okay? So for the next part of our discussion, let's try to identify the basic guidelines on how to write in-text citation, since this is the main lesson for our topic at this point. Okay? So let's identify the different guidelines. So for the first guideline, for instance, your first source is in a form of APA style. The second in-text citation that you have is in the MLA style. The third in-text citation uses the Harvard style. The fourth one of your in-text citation, it uses Chicago manual style. Then the next one, it uses Turabian style, followed by API style and MLA style. Note that these are the different writing styles that we can use in our research paper. However, going back to our topic, what is the first guideline every time that we will write our in-text citation? Notice that in this situation, the researcher uses a wide variety of writing styles, okay, in specifying the in-text citation. So let's try to figure out if it is correct. Is it appropriate that we will use a wide variety of writing styles in specifying our in-text citation? Let's try to figure out. Note that we have an X mark. This X mark implies that using several writing styles in specifying your in-text citation is considered to be incorrect. It means that the first guideline in writing our in-text citation is that you should be consistent with regards to the writing style that you will select. Or in other words, choose only one referencing style. So that is for number one. Choose one referencing style. In writing the in-text citations. In other words, the writing styles should not be varied. Choose only one referencing style all throughout your paper. If you started with APA style, make sure that from the first page of your paper up to the last part, we have APA style as your referencing style, okay? So do not use other referencing styles. Instead, choose only one writing style to observe this element known as consistency. So you should be consistent all throughout your paper to avoid confusions on the part of the readers. Choose only one referencing style in writing in-text citation to observe consistency. Okay? So that is the first one. Let's have the second way on how to write citations. So for the second part of our topic, did you know that there are two types of in-text citation under APA style? So there are two types of in-text citation, and these are the ways of citing related literature. So let's identify and differentiate these two types of in-text citation. Take a look with the first example. So what can you say about the location of the in-text citation? Okay, obviously, the in-text citation in example number 1, it is located at the beginning part of the paragraph. If the in-text citation is located at the beginning part of the paragraph, then this will be known as the narrative citation. So this is the first method on how to write in-text citation. The first method is known as narrative citation. So how will we define narrative citation? Narrative citation, if the in-text citation is located at the beginning part of the sentence. So our in-text citation here is Hendelwerth 2015. So this is our in-text citation under the narrative category. So we have narrative citation, Hendelwerth 2015. Notice that this in-text citation, it is located at the beginning part of the sentence, or let's say beginning part of a given paragraph. And we have a technique on how to write narrative citation of this in-text citation. Okay? So always keep in mind that in writing a narrative citation, we always use a signal phrase. So this example is just a specific type of signal phrase. So notice that Hendelwerth 2015 argued that is an example of a signal phrase. So always keep in mind that in writing narrative citation, always use signal phrase. So the example of signal phrase, we have Hendelwerth 2015 argued that. So it is an example of a signal phrase. So what do we mean by signal phrase? Signal phrase can be defined as a short phrase that is used to introduce a quote, a paraphrase, or a summary. And it gives a signal among the readers that an external source is being used in your paper. So let's try to write it first. It is a short phrase that introduces a quote, a paraphrase, or a summary. It gives signal among the readers that an external source was used in writing a research paper. So notice that Hendelwerth 2015 argued that it gives such signal among the readers that an external source was used. And this external source could be in a form of, it's either a direct quotation, a paraphrase, or a summary. Okay? So for instance, in this underlined part of a given paragraph, this is the exact location where we will place our direct quotation. This is the exact place where we will write our paraphrase, or it could be our summary note. Notice that the main purpose of narrative citation here is that it has the integration of using signal phrase. Signal phrase is used to introduce a direct quotation, paraphrase, and summary note. So therefore, the format of narrative citation is, we have the narrative citation combined with the signal phrase plus the paraphrase, the summary, or the direct quotation. So this will be the general format if you will use narrative citation. Okay? So you have the narrative citation combined with the signal phrase along with paraphrase, summary, or direct quotation. Okay? So notice that signal phrase uses action words. These action words within the signal phrase will be known as signal verbs. And based from what we've learned already, verbs are action words, right? So what are the possible examples of signal verbs that can be used upon using narrative citation? So aside from the verb argued, we have explained, compared, discussed, another one, emphasize, claimed, argued, stressed. So these are some of the few examples of signal verbs that you can use in writing signal phrases. And always keep in mind that signal phrases are used if you have narrative citation, the first type of in-text citation. Okay? So for this point, let's move on to the second type of in-text citation. Notice that in example number 2, the in-text citation is located at the last part of the paragraph. So, if the citation is located at the last part of the paragraph, then this is known as parenthetical citation. From the root word parenthesis, it means that the author's surname as well as the year of publication, both entries are enclosed within the parenthesis. So this is known as parenthetical citation. Unlike in narrative citation, the only entry that is enclosed within the parenthesis is the year of publication. Unlike the author's surname, it is placed outside the parenthesis if it is narrative citation. Note the difference between the two. Okay? So to repeat once more, in parenthetical citation, the author's surname and the year of publication, both entries are placed within the parenthesis. So you have in-text citations that consists of two types, narrative citation and parenthetical citation. Okay? So in this case, we have an example of narrative citation, Stain, open close parenthesis, 2018, studied whether. So notice that we have the signal phrase. And what is our signal verb that was used in this example? We have the signal verb studied. Notice that this is an example of narrative citation because it is placed at the beginning part of the paragraph. On the other hand, the second example is classified as parenthetical citation. In parentheses are the last names of the authors, year published, along with the page number. Okay? So note the difference between narrative citation and parenthetical citation. And then for the last segment of our discussion, for the introductory part about referencing, specifically in-text citation, let's try to differentiate first the in-text citation between APA style and MLA style. So take a look with the example. Differentiate the in-text citation for both writing styles. So the first one is an example of APA style. So what can you say about the format? What are the two components? Wordsworth refers to author, and then 1995 refers the date of publication, or let's say the date when the study was conducted by Wordsworth. So this is an example of APA style. APA style uses the author's name, specifically the surname, along with the date of publication. Therefore, another name for APA style is author date style. Okay, so that is the characteristic of APA style, author date style, which is being used for narrative and parenthetical citation. And then for the MLA style, for the last part, we have Wordsworth. Therefore, it refers to the author's name, specifically the surname. And then 263 pertains to the page number where we can find this statement. Therefore, under MLA style, instead of using the year of publication, we use the page number where we can find the original text or the original passage. Thus, MLA style is also known as the author page style. So this will be the main difference between APA and MLA. So to have an analogy, APA is to author date style. On the other hand, MLA is to author page style. So that's the end of our introductory part about citation with regards to referencing. So for the next video lesson, we will discuss the different guidelines on how to write in-text citation, both narrative and parenthetical format for APA 7th edition.